Welcome back to Butterfly Effect Tarot. My name is Lorraine, and today's topic is, will your future spouse be the jealous type? There are going to be three piles, and the timestamps for each pile will be in the comment section in the description box below. Of course, if the readings resonate, please feel free to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you will. Of course, a special shout out of gratitude and a huge thank you to my subscribers and returning viewers. Your support is always greatly appreciated. For newer viewers, you may feel free to return to my channel after this video. There are other readings, other topics, and other videos there for you. But other than that, let's go ahead and get into each one of your messages. Welcome to your reading pile one regarding, will your future spouse be the jealous type? So I've already pre-shuffled and pulled five cards. We're going to identify the cards that came out, and then we will go ahead and get into the message. So the first card out for you is the Nine of Pentacles. It's followed by the Four of Wands. And then we have the Hanged Man followed by the Four of Swords. And the final card out is the Strength card. Bottom of the deck energy is the Page of Swords. So yes, your future spouse is someone who may experience jealousy from time to time. However, I do feel like maybe it'll take quite a bit for them to get jealous, or it's not something that may come up as often. And I say that because with the Nine of Pentacles and the Four of Wands coming out, I do feel like your future spouse is someone very confident, someone who is more than likely very well off, someone who takes care of themselves. So this is someone who's very attractive. They may attract suitors themselves. Also, with the Four of Wands, I feel like you guys will have a very happy home life, a very abundant and prosperous home life. And with the four here, I do feel like it's a very stable energy. I also feel like your future spouse views you in a Nine of Pentacles energy with this Four of Wands as well. Someone who is very well kept, someone who's also attractive, but also especially someone who is loyal, someone who's faithful. And with it coming out with the Four of Wands, someone who's faithful and devoted to your home life and to your connection with your spouse. So I feel like that could be why this person is not jealous a whole lot, because they trust you and they trust the connection. And I do feel like they're loyal and they trust themselves as well. So I feel like this person is viewing you as someone where you guys have a very harmonious, joyous, happy, exciting home life. And with the Swan's energy, a very passionate connection with one another. Now, when your future spouse does experience jealousy, I do feel like with this Hanged Man, Four of Swords, and Strength card, it may take them a while to come to you about it. With this Hanged Man energy, this is usually the energy of someone pausing, kind of surrendering, and um, being in an energy of allowing. And then you have the energy of the Four of Swords, which is like meditating, resting on something. And it's the Swords energy. So this would be in the mind. And then the Strength card is the energy of courage, right? And inner strength. And then you go into the Page of Swords at the bottom of the deck, and this is someone being defensive, but also someone expressing themselves vocally about, what they're feeling. So I do feel like your future spouse may be someone who has a lot of pride, right? Not in a negative way, but definitely someone who may not have experienced jealousy throughout their life a whole lot. So I think with you, this may be one of the few or first connections they've ever had, where they have had it come up, where they have, kind of felt that ting of jealousy with someone flirting with you or with you attracting a lot of attention, because I do feel like you both attract attention, because I get the vibe that you're both fairly attractive, especially where there's a lot of abundance here financially. I feel like you're both able to really take care of yourselves physically, mentally, and especially, the way you dress, the way you look. So I feel like this person, as I stated, is very accomplished, and they have a lot to bring to the table. So this is a confident person. So for them, experiencing jealousy may be foreign, and they may not know how to approach it, or it may take them a while because, as I stated, there's a little pride here. They may struggle with bringing it to the table, but with this Page of Swords energy and this Strength card at the end, I do feel like they will. And I do feel like when they do bring it to you, they may be very calm about it, right? Depending, right? Because the Strength card is very passionate. So this person could find themselves. So I guess an example would be, if someone were flirting with you and your future spouse, observe this, they could find themselves getting very angry, right? They could find themselves being very defensive, because Page of Swords is defensive energy. So I do feel like maybe because they're experiencing it in a level where they're feeling it so intensely, could be why they would be in this page of in this hanged man and this four of swords energy, because they maybe want to calm down before they approach it. For others of them, as I stated, they may want to build up the courage to approach it. Or it's both. They want to build up their courage to approach it, but maybe not want to approach the situation with the level of anger or, intensity that they're feeling. Now, for some of you, this could mean that you have a future spouse who will approach the person, right? When you couple the strength card with the page of swords, this is someone who can be very passionate, very assertive, very direct and in their energy. And, because the strength card is about action, it's about physical energy. But when you have the page of swords, this is verbal, right? So this is like communication. So I feel like for some of you, you may have a future spouse who will be very assertive and actually approach someone who is, flirting with you or making passes at you. Yeah, I do get that energy. But for a lot of you, this is someone who will more than likely take their time with addressing you and addressing the jealousy. Okay, now I will also say this, with the energy coming out here with this strength card and this page of swords, this is someone who will be very territorial. Your future spouse is someone who will be very protective over you and over your household, over your family. This is someone who will be very defensive. Okay, so this would make sense why when they do experience jealousy, it evokes such a intense energy in them. Because if they're seeing you as this Nine of Pentacles, they're seeing you as a prize, right? And they operate in their own Nine of Pentacles energy, which is more than likely why you both are coming up with this, why your connection is coming up with this Four of Wands of having a happy, balanced, abundant, joyous home. So I do feel like this person is seeing you and seeing your connection as something that is worth protecting with this strength card and this page of swords. And this person has no issue with being vocal, but I do feel like in certain cases, this is someone who will want to calm down with this hanged man energy and this four of swords, because sometimes there may be experiences they have in jealousy where they don't feel like it's necessary to approach it. Or sometimes this is also someone who may do a lot of introspection with these cards. This is someone who may look on the inside and deal with this on their own, see if it's something worth pursuing, or seeing if they're just being, irrational with viewing things. Because sometimes you could just be having a regular conversation with a person and maybe their own inner issues or something that they're feeling within themselves could, trigger them in a way, and they may assume that this person is flirting with you or may assume that you're flirting with the other person, and that may not be the case. So luckily, this is showing that you will have a future spouse who is very much mentally, emotionally, and mentally healthy, right? Very balanced, someone who takes the time to really deep dive and really analyze what they're feeling and why they're feeling that way. What, is there a reason? Is it really what they're seeing before they actually take action forward? So a very, very much someone who seems very balanced in their mental and emotional self. And that's very important in a situation like this, because essentially when you have a strength card with a page of swords, someone in this energy that experiences jealousy, it could come across as very hostile. But because this person is coming up with this hanged man and four of swords energy, this is someone who may be aware of the level of assertive energy that they operate in. They are aware of the fact that they could be very aggressive, and they're aware of the fact that they could be very direct and even offensive with their approach. And because this person is conscious of this, they know when to sit down and really do the inner work and figure things out and reach a place of peace and reach a place of peace and harmony before taking action forward. But this is definitely someone who can and perhaps will experience jealousy in this connection. And again, I do see them with this Nine of Pentacles viewing you in a very positive light, someone who's very loyal, very faithful, very much confident, very independent, someone who's able to provide for themselves and others. But with it coming out again with the Four of Wands, they're seeing you as someone who also is invested in your connection, in your home, in your marriage, invested in creating this happy, stable home, someone who's very loyal to themselves, someone who is very much mentally and emotionally and even physically healthy and balanced as well. So this person does have a lot of trust in you based on these cards. They trust you. They see you for who you are, but they're not above being jealous. And it is, again, because they see you as someone who is worth having, someone who is very valuable. And so obviously they're aware that others would see this in you too. So someone approaching you or making passes at you or flirting with you, yes, would very much trigger your future spouse. And I do feel like your future spouse is someone who may be very physically fit with the strength card And also the Nine of Pentacles could depict them. This is someone who may take care of their physical health. So they may have a very nice body. They may have a very strong build. And obviously someone who is very assertive and very passionate. So with that being said, this person is more than likely someone who has worked on, their temperament, right? This is a very self-aware person. So I don't think you really have to worry about this person lashing out or embarrassing you or embarrassing themselves, because I do get a stinge of pride with this person. So this person putting on a show and acting chaotic seems out of the norm for this individual, which is very important because, again, with this type of energy, the Strength card and the Page of Swords, when it's misdirected and it's not balanced, this is an energy that can come across very hostile and very chaotic. So it looks like you got yourself a pretty great partner coming in here. Definitely someone who's balanced in their, very balanced in their passionate energy, but also very humble, right? Very, very humble, but very assertive. Someone who's a communicator. This is someone who's going to be honest with you, because sometimes you can have a partner who is very jealous and they go out and they may cheat or they may flirt with other people to try to balance the scales, or because they're acting out of a place of insecurity. But I guess, like I said earlier, with this person being very confident in themselves, being very accomplished, knowing their worth, knowing that they bring a lot to the table, this person is very comfortable in themselves, and that could be why they're able to deep dive the way that they do on an emotional and mental level. So I love this energy. I really do. I think this is healthy. I do feel like, jealousy is not a great um energy to be in ever. But I feel like in a relationship, it's not uncommon, right? And I feel like if it's healthy, or if the person knows how to manage it when they experience it, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I feel like when there's an energy of people being jealous in a connection and they manage it or handle it in the wrong way, that is where the toxicity and the negative aspects of it kind of appear. But with your future spouse, I'm not seeing that's going to be the case with you guys. Definitely not. I may do one to see if you may experience jealousy, like another video that kind of goes into your energy, and if this is a connection where jealousy may come up in you, or in the you with your future spouse. Just because now that I'm looking at this energy and I love the energy here, it's kind of making me wonder if the shoe was on the other foot. But that's neither here nor there. We'll kind of get into that when the time comes. But in the meantime, I am going to leave your reading there. Again, I love this energy. I didn't know what to expect when I decided to do this topic. But so far, this is only the first pile. So I don't know what's going to come out in the next two. But this energy is wonderful. Very much wonderful. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. And if it resonated at all, please feel free to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you will. And if interested, I do have other videos, other topics, and other readings on my channel, and you're more than welcome to go ahead and check those out. But thank you for clicking on this video today. Welcome to your reading pile 2 regarding will your future spouse be the jealous type? So I've already pre-shuffled and pulled 5 cards. We're going to identify the cards that came out, and then we will go ahead and get into your message. So the first card out for you is Justice, followed by the Knight of Pentacles. And then we have the Five of Wands, followed by the Seven of Pentacles. And then we have the Death card. Bottom of the deck energy is the Seven of Wands. So a couple of different messages coming through. First and foremost, with this Five of Wands coming out at the center of the read and the Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck, I do get the vibe that maybe you are someone who will attract a lot of attention. I do feel like you're very attractive, how you view yourself. I can't speak on that because that's your opinion and your perspective. But based on this energy, this kind of signifies that there will be a lot of competition maybe for you, or at least your future spouse will perceive it that way. Like maybe they may observe that a lot of people watch you, or you attract a lot of attention from the opposite sex, the opposite gender. You're someone who may just have like a very strong sex appeal. Your body, your face, like there's elements about you that could again just attract a lot of admirers. So I do feel like with the Justice card and the Knight of Pentacles energy coming out, this would suggest that you do have a partner who is Very fair, very harmonious, very balanced, very just. Someone who, with the Knight of Pentacles is very patient, very grounded, loyal, dedicated, and invested in what they set out to do, what they invest their time in, but especially with your connection. So this is someone who is more than likely very slow to anger and not someone necessarily easily to trigger. However, we do have the Knight of Pentacles going into the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is like, again, competition, but it's rivalry, it's chaos, it's disputes, it's fighting, it's arguing, it's disagreements. And when it's Wands energy, this is physical, this is action. So I feel like your future spouse may be someone, because there's two groups here. For a large number of you, I am getting the vibe that you will have a future spouse that will be uh, ready to fight when it comes to their jealousy, right? This could be someone where, for example, if someone approaches you and they're flirting with you openly, your future spouse, no matter how calm they normally are, it's like their energy may go from 0 to 100. So I do feel like maybe there are times where you will be surprised by your future spouse's energy, like the way they lash out or the way that they respond could be very intense, very standoffish, very confrontational. And this may even surprise them because again, I do feel like this person may not be used to this energy or feeling this level of intense jealousy. I do, however, feel like for the other side, other group of you, this could signify with this Justice and Knight of Pentacles, and then we have the Seven of Pentacles and the Death card after the Five of Wands. For some of you, this energy is suggesting that maybe your future spouse will handle the competition and the attention you receive. They may handle it for some of you with patience, with grounded energy, with a more of a mature vibe, and they may find a way to balance and kind of temper that rising jealousy within them. But for a majority of you, I do feel like this is someone who early on in your connection or at certain points in your connection may find themselves very triggered. Now, the reason I feel like this may be early on, that this jealousy issue is being highlighted here, is because what's following the Five of Wands energy is the Seven of Pentacles and the Death card. Now, the Seven of Pentacles is an energy of looking from a different perspective. It's an energy of patience, and it's an energy of having a long-term view, kind of a little bit of an energy of just contemplating in a way. So I feel like in early on when your future spouse is finding themselves being triggered, being very standoffish and, again, ready to go to war, I feel like that when this happens, this person may find themselves more in this Seven of Pentacles energy after the fact, where now they're more in their Knight of Pentacles energy of being calm, and then this Seven of Pentacles energy, they're now looking at the long-term view. I feel like this person will be kind of reflecting on the consequences of their actions, maybe viewing how they behaved, if it was necessary, and also having a view at how that type of energy could affect your connection going forward. Could it hinder the growth of the connection? Because when you have the Seven of Pentacles, this is you, looking at what you've built, what you've grown up to this point, and then looking at what's ahead for you when it comes to building to the Ten of Pentacles. And building to the Ten of Pentacles is having a legacy, you two creating a legacy together, a home, an empire. And I feel like this person is also considering maybe the fact that you guys, they want to be with you and you guys have a long journey ahead of you, a beautiful one though, of building and growing. And as I stated, I feel like they may feel like if their energy is constantly being triggered this way, because again, I feel like a lot of you, if not all of you, receive a lot of admirers. And I feel like this person is taking this into consideration, realizing they can't behave this way moving forward. In the long term of things, they can't continuously allow themselves to react this way because it is something that could stagnate the growth of your connection and relationship, and it could cause problems with you too. And then the Death card coming out is a card of change. It's a card of an ending and a card of transformation. And I feel like this person working on themselves and really transforming and working on how they handle jealousy, how they handle the attention you receive. And I say that because we do have the Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck. And the Seven of Wands is an energy of protection. It's an energy of being standoffish, but it's more of the Seven of Wands is like a mature version of the Five of Wands, right? This is the energy of competition and rivalry as well. However, the energy in the Seven of Wands is like a successful competition. This is this person learning how to maintain control, but still being guarded, still being protective, still speaking up, still, I do feel like this is still going to be a person that is going to still respond to the attention you receive, or rather when it is crossing the line, right? Like you can't stop people from looking, but I do feel like when it comes to people actually approaching you, I feel like with the Seven of Wands, your future spouse is still going to be someone that is still going to speak up, and they're still going to have an assertive energy. They're going to be someone who is more than likely very protective and very territorial. The energy is similar to pile one, but this energy, there's a couple of different elements to it. Because in pile one, it was kind of like they contemplated before acting, so they could approach it from a different energy. Whereas with this energy, it's like your future spouse, for a majority of you, is going to react and then later on, figure out a way to work through and handle the jealousy rising in them from a mature place. As I stated earlier, some of you, this is your future spouse acknowledging the jealousy they feel and being able to find ways to work through it. But for most of you, yeah, this is going to be someone that they will definitely experience jealousy when it comes to you. And I do feel like this is something that will take place for the majority of, if not your entire connection, because with the Seven of Wands coming out at the bottom, this is signifying that there is competition that is constantly prevalent, where your future spouse is constantly on guard, constantly, feeling like they have to stand guard, they have to speak up, they have to, stand their ground to protect this connection. And I don't think it's because they don't trust you. I don't feel like that's the reason. I just feel like with this Knight of Pentacles energy, your future spouse is someone who is very committed, very loyal, and I do feel like they're choosy. And I feel like it may have taken them a while to find someone that they did want to invest their time into and that they did want to build, a legacy and an empire with. And you obviously are a catch, which is more than likely why you're going to be attracting a lot of attention and admirers. But I feel like with your future spouse, this is someone who could be very possessive, not in a toxic way, right? But when you think of pinnacle archetypes, these are people who are very serious and they're very cautious. But when they do make their decision to pursue something, to build something, to grow something that they, have their eyes on, they take it very serious. And because they put all of their time, energy, and devotion into something, it is very personal to them. And this person is definitely going to love you. They're going to view you as something and someone. I'm not going to say something, but they're going to view you as someone who is very valuable and who is very much worth the wait, and very much someone that, again, they want to change this energy for. Like I said earlier, I feel like the reason this person is going to quickly try to temper and manage the way they handle their jealousy is because they do see it as something that could hinder the connection and maybe lead to a ending of the connection. So yeah, that definitely confirms that this person does love you, obviously, as your future spouse. But I feel like this is a person who will still stand their ground. This is a grounded person. But even with Pentacles energy, these people are usually very focused and they can be very intense, right? These are very, can be a bit of a stubborn energy, and they're very unwavering. That's why they're grounded. They're very set and they're very unwavering when it comes to their opinions and their views. So your future spouse may have an element of firiness to them, which is why we have the Five of Wands and Seven of Wands. I think overall they are a Pentacles archetype where they are calm, they're stable, they're humble, they're harmonious, very patient, very loyal, very diligent, hardworking. Definitely someone that is very honorable. But even with that being said, this is still someone that there is a temperament to them where when their temper is triggered, they can be very explosive. But especially when it comes to you, but because they don't want to ruin this connection, I feel like, honestly, I do feel like maybe for your future spouse, if I haven't mentioned it already, I don't think maybe they have ever really experienced a whole lot of jealousy in connections. And if they have, I don't think that it ever made them feel so um, intent or arose so much anger in them to want to react the way they do. So I feel like, as I stated earlier, this may be something that surprises them. And I do feel like it may be something that surprises you, because I think before you ever see them react this way for the first time, you've only ever experienced them as this Pentacles archetype, as very patient, very calm, very demure. So I do feel like this is going to be shocking. I don't feel like it's going to be something that is going to ruin the connection. But I do feel like your future spouse is going to feel like if this is something that continues in them, it could stagnate or end the connection. So definitely someone who is introspective, but with the Seven of Wands, this is still going to be someone that is still going to be assertive when they're jealous. There are someone that's going to be very protective, very guarded, and very territorial over you and over the connection. And I don't see this as toxic because, like I said, from the Five of Wands to the Seven of Wands, it's still a similar energy, but it's more, the Seven of Wands is more mature. It's where you've learned how to maintain control, but still stand your ground, still be in a defensive energy, still make it known that you're not going to tolerate certain things. This is someone who will speak up, but if things go too far when it comes to people flirting with you and coming on to you, this person will still be ready to, fight. But it's not going to be like it was maybe in the beginning where they're immediately, ready to just throw hands. No, this is going to be where they're going to still operate in that patient, humble energy as the connection progresses, but you will still feel that fiery, intense anger in them, right? I feel like the people that pursue you, especially if it's in their face, those people will be able to feel this person's energy even before they say anything. This person's aura alone will kind of push people, back, or it'll maybe give people a little bit of a pause. So yeah, your future spouse is going to be someone that will be very jealous. Yes. Very jealous. The energy here does not give me much, about who your energy, right? But I'm getting again with there being so much conflict and competition and rivalry energy out here that this is something that will kind of come up in your connection. And maybe you're someone who will continuously just age gracefully and beautifully. And maybe that's why the Seven of Wands is the energy of there constantly being competition for you and your future spouse constantly being on guard, constantly protecting this connection and, you know, backing people up off of you. Like that's, I'm just getting that vibe here. But they will mature in how they handle it. They will. Based on these cards, they will, but definitely not a pushover. This person's not a pushover. I think their energy is very calm and demure, like I said earlier. So maybe at first sight, people may not realize just how fiery and intense and assertive this person is. But when it comes to you, I feel like, again, a whole nother side of this person can come out when they feel like someone is crossing the line when it comes to trying to approach you or woo you. As I stated, you can't stop people from looking. If someone's looking and admiring you, I don't really feel like that's going to be so much where this anger comes out. I do feel like there will be jealousy there, but not on a major level. But I do feel like when people are approaching you, whether it's in this person's face or even behind their backs, and they find out about it, that's when this energy of Five of Wands will start to come out early on. And then as the relationship progresses, you may observe, as I stated, that they learn to control that energy, right? It's still there. You'll still see it. You'll still feel it on them when they're in that moment. But it will be, I want to say mature, which I've already said, but I guess there's a better word that I'm trying to think of here. Yeah, I can't think of it's not coming to me right now, but there's a certain energy that the Seven of Wands is giving me in this reading. It's kind of like a warrior, right? The Seven of Wands always gives me a warrior energy, though that's not the word. But again, this would just be someone who will evolve, right? But I feel like maybe again that even this person may not have known about that intense aggressive energy that they could, embody. But again, I feel like this person will soon, early on in the connection, they will soon into that dynamic realize that they can go from 0 to 100. So this is someone who's probably going to feel, especially based off this energy, this person's going to feel very intensely and passionately in love with you. And that again could be why they feel so guarded and, aggressive when it comes to backing people away from you. This person's going to be very intensely and passionate about you, as they should. But I'm going to leave the reading there. And of course, if it resonated, please feel free to like and subscribe. You can let me know in the comments. And if interested, you can return to the channel after this and check out other topics, other videos, and other readings. But other than that, thank you for clicking on this video today. Welcome to your reading pile 3 regarding will your future spouse be the jealous type? So I've already pre-shuffled and pulled 5 cards. We're going to identify the cards that came out, and then we will go ahead and get into the message. So the first card out for you is Six of Pentacles, followed by the Ace of Wands. And then we have the Knight of Cups, followed by Judgment. The final card out is the Three of Cups. Bottom of the deck energy is the Seven of Cups. So I feel like your future spouse, based on these cards, I feel like with the Six of Pentacles, your future spouse is someone who's very fair, very balanced, someone who considers others. And I feel like their approach to how they handle their jealousy is going to be very much a reflection of how they view this connection, right? So maybe, for example, if you're someone obviously who handles your jealousy, if you experience it, you may handle it in a very amicable way. And for example, this person would want to match that energy. But I'm seeing here with the Ace of Wands going into the Knight of Cups, the Ace of Wands is the energy of intense passion that arises in someone. It grows in someone very quickly. So I feel like when your future spouse is feeling jealousy, or if there's in a moment where you are being approached or pursued by someone, I do feel like there's anger, there's intensity that rises in this person very quickly. However, I feel like they operate and handle it in the Knight of Cups energy, right? So, Knight of Cups is very graceful. This is someone who moves from a place of peace and harmony, someone who is very understanding and can be very compassionate. So, I feel like maybe because this person has so much love and respect for you, I feel like they try to maybe maintain the peace and harmony in your environment and in how they approach situations, especially when they're angry. But I do feel like even though on the outside they will be approaching things from a very diplomatic, position in a very intuitive way, I feel internally this person will be steaming, right? They'll be boiling on the inside, but they will try not to show it on the outside. They will try to maintain this kind of Six of Pentacles, balance, kind of stable, grounded energy. So I feel like, again, this could also mirror your energy with the Six of Pentacles. I feel like you also operate in this energy where you're very peaceful and harmonious. And I feel like you hold yourself to a high standard with how you handle your emotions and your feelings. And I feel like this person is going to want to match that energy and have respect for you. For some of you, this person may handle it this way because they may not want to show that they're jealous and envious. They may not want that to, come through and be seen by you or anyone else. But for a majority of you, this person will handle it this way, again, out of respect. Now, when you have the Judgment card coming out, this is a card of like rebirth. It's like a new phase. This is a card of, kind of having self awareness and being very responsible in your approach and your view. And I feel like for your future spouse, again, this person would want to be very responsible, very self aware of how they, approach things. This could be someone, again, who holds themselves to a high standard. I feel like this person is very cautious of their energy and who they are as a person. Perhaps this person could be someone who is um, this way because of their profession or maybe because of something that they could, risk losing if they act out. But I just feel like this person is very much honorable. This is someone who moves with a very righteous energy, someone who really thinks things through before they act on things. So this is not really someone who acts from a place of um, you know, emotion or being overly emotional. Because with the Ace of Wands, this would be an intense, passionate emotion that just is action orientated. This is just something that rises up in you and you just immediately take action. Whereas the Knight of Cups is an emotional energy, but it's a harmonious, balanced emotional energy. It's a mature type of approach. So I feel like your future spouse is someone that will handle their jealousy over these type of experiences in a very, honorable way, in a very respectable way. They'll be very patient with the situation, even if on the inside they want to just, cuss someone out or lash out, their exterior is not going to give that away. For some of you, it could be their pride. And for a majority of you, it's just, again, their love for you and their need for peace. We do have the Three of Cups following that Judgment card. So for this specific pairing with the Judgment and the Three of Cups, I do feel like for some of you, this person may go to someone they trust to maybe seek guidance or to be honest about how they're feeling. So like if they after the situation has happened or even in some cases, if they have a chance before the before they handle the situation, they may go to someone and seek guidance with this judgment card, or maybe a higher power. But this is just giving me that this is someone that they trust, right? So there may be someone in their family or friends that they may go to, that they may, get that guidance from, or they may just vent to this person, right? Again, as I stated, with this Ace of Wands energy, this person would be very jealous on the inside, but they may restrict that energy from appearing on the outside. So maybe they go to someone and they tell that truth, right? With the Judgment card, they tell that truth and honesty about how they're feeling to the people close to them that they really trust. That will, listen and give advice, and that they can, kind of release those emotions out of themselves onto these individuals, and trust the guidance, or the energy around that they, receive. Now, when you have the Seven of Cups at the bottom, this is an energy of illusions, having a lot of options. So for some of you, this would signify that maybe even after speaking with, this close energy or this group of people that they trust, maybe this person may still be confused within themselves about how to handle things. There could be moments where this person may struggle to hold in their anger and their true feelings about how things are happening, or how things are happening within them when they're experiencing jealousy. And then again, this could also be them going to this community to help them overcome the illusions, because with the Seven of Cups, this is having different options, different choices, different approaches, and really being confused or not really knowing which one to go with. And then these people help with this clear insight. For others of you, I will say this. With this Judgment card, this Three of Cups and the Seven of Cups at the bottom, for the other group of you, this energy is signifying that maybe there will be someone in this person's close circle that flirts with you or that is attracted to you. Especially with that Six of Pentacles in the beginning, because Six of Pentacles is an energy of equal give and take and fairness in a connection. So I'm getting that maybe for some of you, this energy is suggesting that there will be someone close to this person that is very attracted to you, or that likes to flirt with you, or that is perhaps trying to pursue you. And this person will more than likely approach it with a graceful way. But I do feel like it may lead to the ending of this friendship or this connection that this person has, right? Or with the Judgment card, this person's energy towards you could signify that there's a truth, like the truth of this close relative, this close friend's energy, and who they truly are when it comes to your future spouse will be revealed to them through how they interact with you, through how they flirt with you, through how they lack the respect for your relationship. And then that Seven of Cups could be them not really knowing how to approach this situation, not really knowing what decision to make. For some of you, this could be an ending, because the death card did show itself earlier. So this could be them just ending the connection. For some of you, others of you, this could have this person on the fence about, with this Judgment card, what decision to make regarding this individual that seems to have eyes for you. Okay. But when it comes to your future spouse, this is a very patient person, someone who is very, they hold themselves to a high regard. They have a lot of love and respect for you. And I feel like that energy is translating here and how they choose to handle the attention that you receive from other people. And even if this is someone close to them, or a couple of people close to them, for example, that have eyes for you, this person again is still someone who is very I've been using the word a lot in this specific reading, but very demure. You have yourself here a very emotionally intelligent person, someone who's very mature in their energy, someone who's very righteous. Yeah, I like this energy. I didn't really expect this one, because the first two were similar elements with that Six of Pentacles, but this one is very interesting to me. Yeah, yeah, I feel strongly though with this Judgment, Three of Cups and the Seven of Cups at the bottom. I do feel strongly though that for a good amount of you, this is someone in this person's close circle that is going to maybe have eyes for you, or maybe a friend of a friend, or a friend of a relative that is definitely going to maybe have a lot of strong interest in you. because the Judgment card is also a card that's usually calling a need for forgiveness and having mercy on someone else due to their actions. And then it's coming out with the Three of Cups, a card of friendship and community. So yeah, there's going to be and then you have the Seven of Cups at the bottom, which is the energy of illusions and a lack of clarity. And then the Judgment card is clarity. So, yeah, there's going to be some sort of a revelation about someone in this person's group, in this person's soul tribe, or what have you, who may have always seemed to be a very righteous person with this Judgment card, but it was an illusion with that Seven of Cups. And then it's like when you come in the picture, this is revealed to this person, but the way they handle it is going to be similar to the way they handle jealousy in general. Very gracefully, very humbly, very patient. Yeah, your future spouse is going to be very charming as well. Very charming. But yeah, that's what I'm getting for this group. If it resonated, please feel free to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments. And if interested, you can return to the channel for other topics, other videos, and other readings. But other than that, I thank you for clicking on this video today.